Hey guys, here's our first chapter in this class. We're going to start with chapter 2, and we're going to talk about set theory. What you might like about this chapter is there's no algebra, and there's a little bit of math, but mostly there's lots of different notation. So that's what you have to be concerned with in this chapter. Different notations, different definitions, and making sure you know what each of those means. Okay, for sets, we're going to talk about kind of how things are maybe related in a certain way and how they overlap, maybe how they're part of a certain category but don't have very many similarities. But we're going to do a lot of different notations and take these ideas and put them into pictures, what we call Venn diagrams, and then answer some questions using those Venn diagrams. What we're going to do for each chapter, so in chapter 2, is you're going to go onto Canvas underneath the modules and you're going to print off a blank set of the notes. And so you can see here in chapter 2, I have a chapter 2 notes packet. You're going to print those off, or maybe even upload those if you want to use a tablet to take notes. But you're going to print those off at the beginning, and they have all the different blank notes for each section. What you're going to do is we're going to then, for each section, watch the video lesson. So you can see right here, section 2.1 has video lessons. If you click on that page, you'll see all the different video lessons for each example in section 2.1. You're going to watch those videos, maybe pause, maybe replay, but just like if we were in class, you're going to listen to the lecture of those different concepts. You're going to do the examples with me. We're going to make sure that we understand everything before we move on to the next video and the next section. Underneath that, I've also added in a completed set of notes. Now that's only for you, just an extra to see if you missed anything. But you are expected to take notes with us on that blank notes packet as you watch the videos. That's a requirement for the course. You can see each section has a video page. You're going to watch all the videos for each section. That'll help you learn the information. Okay? Now, when you are done with chapter 2, you're going to take a picture and you're going to submit the picture of those completed notes here underneath the chapter 2 completed notes assignment. Part of that is worth points towards your grade. So making sure that you take the notes as you're watching the video so you can submit those pictures there. You can also see in this chapter that we have a couple extra practice worksheets, an extra review in addition to the one in my math lab to help you really prepare for our first test. And then once you've done doing each of the assignments in my math lab, there's a chapter 2 review in my math lab that if you do that with at least an 80%, you'll get extra credit on your chapter 2 test. 1, that'll help you understand the material, but 2, you'll get that extra credit, boost your grade a little bit more on your chapter 2 test. Now, as you're taking your chapter 2 test, here's the deal. You can use one 3x5 note card. Now this is a 3x5 note card. You can write on the front, on the back, but you're only allowed one 3x5 note card and a calculator. Okay? So making sure that you have your calculator and your 3x5 note card as you take your test. Now this is not a 3x5 card. This is not a 3x5 note card. So just one 3x5 note card and a calculator during your chapter 2 test. Okay? So what I tell students as we're in class together, as we're doing the notes for each section, what I suggest is you take out a blank sheet of paper. And as you're doing section 2.1, maybe jotting down some notes off to the side, maybe definitions, maybe examples, maybe certain notation and what it means for each section that we do after you're done with each section. So that way it's fresh in your mind. And then once you're done doing that for all of the sections, then you can consolidate that to your 3x5 note card. Okay, because that's what you'll be able to use on your exam. Okay. When you are taking your test, I do want you to take out a blank sheet of paper and show all of your work. Starting with number 1, writing down all of your work, then number 2, doing all of your work. What you're going to do after you're done with your test is you're going to submit a picture of your completed work underneath this assignment in Canvas. What I'm going to use that for is 1, making sure that all of your work is there for the correct answers that you get to make sure that you earn full credit. And then I'm also going to look at any problems that you got incorrect so I can see if I can give you partial credit. So it's really important that you show all of your work step by step, very similar to how I'm doing it in the notes, so that I can look back at that work when you're taking your test and give you partial credit for ones that you got wrong and full credit for the ones that you got right. But that means you need to make sure that you're neat, that you're organized, and I can clearly see your picture of your completed notes underneath that assignment. Okay? All right, so one quick rundown. You're going to print off the blank notes for Chapter 2. You're going to watch the videos as you're doing the notes for each section. You have homework for each section in my math lab that you're going to complete. We've got some extra practice worksheets and extra reviews you can do to get some extra practice before your Chapter 2 test. You're going to submit a copy of your completed notes packet here when you're finished with Chapter 2. And as you're taking your Chapter 2 test, you're going to show all of your work on a separate sheet of paper and submit that under this category, this assignment, so you can get full credit and partial credit for the ones that you got wrong. I hope that all makes sense. If you need anything or have any questions, let me know. I hope that you enjoy our first chapter.